Imagine walking down a road with a heavy load strapped to your back. It's been there for as long as you can remember. At first you thought you could carry it. After all, that's what life is about, isn't it? Struggling, enduring, pushing through the pain. People tell you to keep going, to stay strong, to figure it out. But the weight doesn't get lighter. It only grows heavier. Maybe your burden is regret, memories of mistakes that haunt you. Maybe it's guilt, things you've done, things you wish you could undo. Maybe it's sorrow, the pain of loss, disappointment, rejection. Or maybe it's simply exhaustion, the endless striving, the constant pressure to prove yourself, to be enough, to keep it all together. And yet, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put in, the burden doesn't lift. You feel drained, weary, worn out. Then, in the midst of your struggle, you hear something. A voice, gentle, yet filled with authority. A voice that cuts through the noise of your weary soul. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Rest? It sounds too good to be true. In this world, rest comes with conditions. You can rest when the work is done. You can rest when you've earned it. You can rest when you've proven yourself worthy. But Jesus offers rest to the weary, not the strong, to the burdened, not the capable, to the ones who have reached the end of themselves, who can't take another step, who don't know where to turn. And it's not just rest in the physical sense, it's deeper, a rest that reaches into your soul. A rest that silences the accusing voices. A rest that removes the weight of guilt and shame. A rest that replaces fear with peace. And yet for many this invitation feels impossible. How can it be real? How can it be this simple? How can Jesus really take my burdens? Because that's not how the world works. The world says, fix yourself first. Jesus says, come as you are. The world says, earn your worth. Jesus says, I give you rest freely. The world says, you must carry this alone. Jesus says, give it to me. This is why no one has ever spoken words like these. No one else can speak words like these. No philosopher, no religious leader, no ruler or king has ever made such an offer. Because no one else can take your burdens. No one else can give you true, lasting rest. But Jesus can, and he proved it. He carried the heaviest burden of all, the weight of sin, the weight of our brokenness, on the cross. He took it upon himself so that we would never have to carry it alone again. That is why this invitation is not empty words. It is not wishful thinking. It is not too good to be true. It is true. Many have come to Jesus, broken and exhausted, only to find the very thing they never thought they would, peace. Many have laid their burdens at his feet and walked away free. Their problems didn't vanish overnight, but their hearts were changed. Their souls were strengthened. The crushing weight was lifted. And this same invitation stands today. Are you tired? Are you weary? Are you carrying burdens you were never meant to bear? Then hear his voice, come. Come not because you are strong, but because you are weak. Come not because you have it all figured out, but because you don't. Come not because you are worthy, but because he loves you. And when you come, you will find what your soul has been searching for all along. Rest, real, lasting, soul-refreshing rest. And once you experience that rest, you will never be the same again.